So it is cold and flu season, and it's always super stressful when it's right before the holidays and nobody wants to get sick right before we're going to be gathering with family. One of the things I like to do is they're called wellness shots. If you go into like your local organic grocery stores, they'll have them in these little 2-ounce containers. But they can be a little expensive unless you have a Trader Joe's near you. If you have a Trader Joe's, you can get them for $2 a shot. But I decided to make my own. And even at $2 a shot at Trader Joe's, this is so much cheaper. So if you have a juicer, I got this juicer 20 years ago, maybe, and was one of the best at the time. I don't remember. I think I spent like $300 on it back in the day. But I've used this time and time again. Juicing can be really, really good for people with gut issues to help you give your digestion a break and get those nutrients. Anytime I see kidney dysfunction in labs, I tell people to get a juicer and, get that juice going because that can really help your kidneys out. I would recommend a masticating juicer like this one, mostly because, when this goes in and it comes out, the pulp is coming out as dry. Otherwise, some of these juices aren't getting all that juice out. And so you end up paying more over time because fruits and vegetables are not that cheap, right? So highly recommend this one, but, get whatever works for you. And then these little bottles I got off of Amazon. Gosh, I think they were like $7.99 for 12. So this is what I put them in. And then I like to use coconut water as a base. It just gives more electrolytes and makes it just a little bit healthier in my opinion. But what they are is just the coconut water, lemon, and ginger, and then just a little bit of cayenne pepper. Ginger is excellent for gut health. If you have like gut issues, it can be very calming and soothing. It's also antiviral, which makes it really good for this time of year. Lemon, high in vitamin C. It's got antioxidants. It makes it taste really good too. And then cayenne pepper can be anti-inflammatory, and it also can stimulate your metabolism. So this also is a really good natural detox support too. So just a really good option for this time of year. Okay, so I use 2 lemons. I cut off the rind and I just cut it up so it'll fit nicely in my juicer. I don't cut the edges off of this. I just scrub it really good so it's nice and clean. And I juice both of these together. And you can, you kind of play with it and up the amount if you want it a little more gingery, a little more spicy. I can only handle so much spice. So you just drop it in. Let me turn on my juicer here and I'll show you what I mean by how it comes out really dry. Of course, you have to put a little bit in there first before I can get some of the pulp out. Use my little guy to get it down there. But like as you can see, this is coming out really dry. There's barely any moisture in. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's getting a lot of that juice out, and then it goes right down into here. Then just juice it all up. I like too that it's got the screen over the top so it keeps the extra pulp out, and this is the juice you're going to use. Some people will take their pulp and use to not waste. They'll put it in their compost or they'll do some kind of muffins with it. That's goals for me because I just pitch it. Then just juice it all up. I like too that it's got the screen over the top so it keeps the extra pulp out, and this is the juice you're going to use. Some people will take their pulp and use to not waste. They'll put it in their compost or they'll do some kind of muffins with it. That's goals for me because I just pitch it. And then the bottles that I ordered from Amazon come with these adorable little funnels. So it makes it really easy to just pour it in there. I'm trying to do this one-handed, so hopefully I don't make a huge mess. Oh, it's a win. I do a tablespoon. It's pretty potent, especially depending on how much ginger you put in there. That can get a little spicy, and obviously the lemon can get pretty tart too. So I put a tablespoon in, and then I fill it up about 3/4 of the way with the organic coconut water. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna fill this up to about 3/4 of the way. This is like difficult for me to do because real life people, when you're trying to do this, looking through your camera. There we go. Get this 3/4 of the way up there. I'm messy. I'm a messy cook. Like, I will openly admit I am messy, but I clean as I go, so I justify it that way. So yeah, about 3/4 or so. I do it about to there. Now you can obviously play with this. All right, so, ooh, it's not gonna, there we go. It needs to come into focus. And then I just get organic cayenne pepper, and just, I use like 1/4 of a teaspoon. You don't put in a full quarter of a teaspoon. I mean, you guess you could put in a full quarter. I put in like the smallest amount because my palate is very sensitive to heat. I like the flavor, but I don't do well with the heat. So just a smidge on top. You can adjust that to taste preferences. And then we just throw on the cover. Give it a good shake. And then you can store these in the fridge. Some people like to add a little honey to it. You can find some local honey is always best. You can just put a little honey in there to cut down on that spice a little bit and the tart. And there is some added benefits to honey too. So if you wanted to do that, you sure could. So that one recipe with just the 2 lemons, the little bit of ginger, and I used not even a half of this, made 11. And honestly, if I had poured them more consistently, I probably could have gotten 12 out of there. So super cheap, fun way to try to stay healthy this season. Also, Sam's Club right now has bulk ginger, like a ton of it, for a really good price, and it's organic. And so I bought that, and you can juice the ginger beforehand and then freeze it in like ice cube trays that will last you all season long.